Good day everyone, this is XK Tutor. So for today's video, we're going to solve a differential equation problem about separation of variable. So in separation of variable, our goal here is to separate the x and y variables. And then we're going to integrate it and simplify our solution. So let's now start. We're going to factor out y here. So if we're going to factor out, that will be y times 2x plus 1 dx plus x squared minus x dy is equal to 0. So to separate the x and y variables here, we're going to multiply all terms by 1 over y times the quantity x squared minus x. So if we multiply 1 over y times the quantity x squared minus x to y times the quantity 2x plus 1 dx, that would be equal to, so the y's will cancel, so we'll be left with 2x plus 1 dx all over x squared minus x. Then let's multiply it to the next term, so we'll be left with dy over y. And if we multiply it to 0, that's still 0, okay? So if we can notice on the denominator, there we can factor out the x, okay? So let's just factor it out because we're going to do a partial fraction later on that term, and we're going to integrate it later on. So let us now integrate. So let's first integrate the quantity 2x plus 1 dx all over x times the quantity x minus 1. So here we'll use partial fraction to integrate this one. So let's first decompose it. So that would be a over x plus b over x minus 1 quantity dx. So let's just disregard the integral and we're going to solve for the values of a and b. And I'm going to just rewrite it. So let me just copy the 2x plus 1 all over x times the quantity x minus 1 is equal to, so let's just take the LCD of this x and x minus 1. So that would be x times the quantity x minus 1. Then we're going to divide the denominator by x. So we'll be left with x minus 1. Then we're going to multiply it to a. So that would be a times the quantity x minus 1 plus, let's divide the denominator again by x minus 1, will be left with x, then multiply it to b. So we can now cancel the denominator on both sides. Then we'll be left with 2x plus 1 is equal to, let's just simplify this, ax minus a plus bx. Then we can factor out the x, that will be x times the quantity a plus b minus a. So by using symmetry, we can now solve the values for a and b. So let's start with x raised to 1. So we have 2 here is equal to a plus b. Then the constant x raised to 0, we have 1 is equal to negative a. So let's just simplify it. A is equal to negative 1. Then we're going to substitute the value of a in our first equation. 2 is equal to a plus b. So b now is equal to 2 minus a. So by substituting a, 2 minus negative 1, that is equal to 3. So we now have the values for a and b. We can now solve the original equation. So let me just copy this one. So let's plug the values of a and b now to our equation. The integral of, so let's substitute a, that's negative 1 all over x, plus b, that's 3 all over x minus 1, the quantity dx. Then we're going to integrate now. Negative ln x plus 3 ln x minus 1. So let me just paste it here, our original problem. So we've already solved the integral for this term. We're going to solve now for this term and this term. So the first term is negative ln x plus 3 ln quantity x minus 1. So the integral of dy over y, that's ln y, is equal to c. So let's simplify it further by using the rules of logarithm. We can put the 3 here on the top as an exponent. So negative ln x plus ln the quantity x minus 1 raised to 3 plus ln y is equal to c. So we can simplify it further. If we're adding logarithms, that means if we're going to simplify it, that's just multiplying them. And if we subtract a logarithm, that's just the quotient. So if we're going to simplify this one, that is the quantity x minus 1 raised to 3 times y all over x is equal to c. So to eliminate the natural logarithm there, we're going to exponentiate both sides of the equation. So e raised to ln, that's equal to 1. And e raised to c, that's still a constant, so that's equal to c. So simplifying it further, we'll be left with the quantity x minus 1 raised to 3 times y all over x is equal to c. So if we're going to multiply both sides by x, we'll be left with the quantity x minus 1 raised to 3 times y is equal to cx. So that's the answer for the problem. I hope you guys learned something today. See you again on the next video. Goodbye.